people. Acuity Brands is North America's largest lighting company. They serve a wide variety of customers, from specifiers, including architects, engineers, and lighting designers, as well as other customers like contractors, distributors, end users, municipalities, departments of transportation, OEMs, consumers, among many, many others. They can also provide a wide range of solutions with their lighting and lighting controls products, from the smallest budget-conscious project to large-scale, grandiose, complex lighting installations. And so we're pleased today to be joined by the president, the leader of Acuity Brands Lighting and Lighting Controls, Trevor Palmer. Trevor, hello, and thank you for joining us for 5 Big Questions.
Hey, thanks. It's great to be here, Al. I appreciate you taking the time.
Trevor, appreciate you taking the time to be here. You're the president of Acuity Brands. I'm sure you have lots of things to do right now, but you're catching up with us and the Inside Lighting audience. It's been a while since we've done this, Trevor. And, I think the last time we did this, we were talking about some things like business recovery out of COVID and how to connect with customers amidst a pandemic. So I'm glad that all that negativity is behind us. And Trevor, today we can talk about more uplifting topics like economic uncertainty. But before we dig into that, let's talk about Acuity Brands and just do a general reset on Acuity Brands, because you folks are the market share leader. You just wrapped up a fiscal year that ended on August 31st. So your fiscal 23 is over. I know you can't say too much about it, but in fiscal 22, you folks for the first time eclipsed the $4 billion mark. So there's a certain gravity that comes with what Acuity Brands does. And so we're grateful to hear your insights. What can you tell us about the fiscal year that just ended, even though you have some SEC restrictions on what you can say specifically?
Yeah, obviously I can't talk about non-public information, but I will tell you that I'm really pleased with the team. And when I say the team, it's really the collection of our independent sales network, the lighting agents, all of our associates at Acuity Brands, and we've all been really focused on executing our strategy, right? And the last time we spoke, I think I mentioned our strategy is really built around product vitality, service, technology, and kind of a newer addition, but things we've been focused on is just kind of building a better business and becoming more productive over time. So really pleased with kind of how we've reinvented continuously our existing portfolios, and we've entered kind of new spaces with different types of luminaires and different innovations like flame. And from a service perspective, we're really excited about Design Select and what that's going to do for the industry as a whole, in kind of setting a new bar. And our technology products like luminaire embedded controls and in our controls businesses, and our drivers business. So we've really been focused on executing our strategy, and we're really pleased with where we are in general.
Well, congratulations. A lot of companies took big steps back during the pandemic, and you folks, obviously, like every company, took a step back in 2020. But you've continued to forge ahead, and all those things you mentioned. A lot of them really focused on the technology, and you mentioned the Flame, which is a hydrol product, and that's specification oriented. And we'll get into Design Select maybe if we have time later. But a lot of it is specification focused, project focused, and the economic factors out there, Trevor, it's a mixed bag of economic factors. You have some positive signs, some negative signs. You have interest rates rising. You have an election year coming up. So amidst this jumbled mess of economic indicators, what's your take on where the opportunities are and challenges are right now in commercial industrial markets?
Yeah, so I mean, when there's murkiness, you have to focus on where the growth is, right? And there are still verticals that are extremely active, and it's our job to kind of operate with dexterity and focus on where there is growth in the industry, just overall. It's been an incredible few years, right? Just overall. What I'll say is the world rewards dexterity and perseverance, right? Kind of the learnings and takeaways. So we're focused on where the growth is. We're focused on operating with the best channel in the industry, and we're focused on driving end user satisfaction and executing our strategy. And that's what we can do.
It's rare to hear a big company talk about dexterity, because normally it's the smaller ones that can zip around like speedboats, while the big ones take them a little bit longer to make those pivots and turns. But it's impressive what you folks continue to do. And Trevor, you've been in this role now for, I think, 3.5 years as the president of Acuity Brands Lighting and Lighting Controls. So when you consider, the last 3.5 years for you in this leadership seat, what are some of the things that you might not have fully appreciated back then that you're well aware of now?
Yeah, so I've been involved with Acuity, and I came with an acquisition, right? So, and actually operated, I like to say to the team on a regular basis, I operated within the business for a period of time, in product management, et cetera. So, I had a pretty good or more or less a lay of the land in terms of the lighting industry, or I guess I thought I did, right? But I reserved the right to continuously grow and continuously learn. Having said that, I think I have a greater appreciation now, especially in the time we lived and the amount of change that happened. I have a respect for how quickly things can change and how we do need to build a better business with a high degree of dexterity, right? And so that's really important to us. It's really important to continue to drive success. And as we continue to build a better business, that's kind of what we're focused on.
Great to hear that. And one of the things we also hear from Acuity quarter after quarter, year after year with your earnings announcements is that the independent agent channel is roughly responsible for 65 to 70% of your sales on a typical quarter in recent years. And when you consider the agent and how important they are to C&I markets in North America, Acuity seems to have an alignment that stays pretty local. You have an exception or two where Philadelphia moved into North Jersey and New York a couple years ago. But for the most part, you folks stay very local. Most agencies have New England, those 6 states as one territory. You folks carve New England up into 3 separate territories. Florida is 5 separate territories for you folks. Heck, even out in California, you have Sacramento and San Francisco, 2 large cities separated by 80 miles as 2 separate territories. So what is your overall kind of philosophy and business approach when it comes to agent expansion or moving into adjacent territories and taking bigger pieces of territory?
Well, first thing I'd say is I can't comment on what our competitors are doing, what their trial strategy is. We recognize that lighting decisions happen locally, right in the market. The closer you are to where the decisions are made, the more competitive intel you can get, the more successful you can be at driving great relationships and ultimately making sure the products that deserve to get are chosen. So, we have the best channel in the industry, bar none. And I'm confident in the relationships that these agents have within the local territories. They're a chummy bunch, and we're very, very proud of what they've achieved thus far. We love working with them. We support them. We want to continue growing with them, and it's been a success that's showed the strength after an extremely long period of time. So that's what I would say. Lighting choices happen locally, and we're committed to continue supporting kind of local lighting decisions and working with customers.
Makes sense. And some of those customers that your agents work with, of course, are lighting specifiers, architects, engineers, lighting designers, and other people who specify or recommend lighting products. And you folks, for many years, have had a very, very successful program called Contractor Select that has, I think, notably given you folks some really good traction in the contractor and electrical distributor channels. And now, recently, earlier this year, you launched Design Select. And I have to tell you, Trevor, at first glance, I thought it was just kind of a glorified quick ship program, but it seems to have more depth than that. So tell us more about Design Select and why local lighting people should know about it.
Yeah. So what I would say is I would characterize Design Select in kind of 3 buckets, right? I would say we're out to deliver superior solutions to the lighting and lighting controls market. They've got to be easy to select, right? And you need dependable service, right? And so, how is this different from, as you said, just a quick ship program? So, if we think about it, what does superior solutions mean? Well, it's when designers, electrical engineers, lighting designers, contractors are making choices about, designing around project criteria. They're looking for mainstream categories of products that are effectively core families with call it the most used or key options for everyday applications. Think of a classroom, think of an office in an office building, right? Those are design select spaces where they really want to design around solutions that are readily available, that are really easy select with a performance they expect to see in kind of those spaces, with a service commitment that they can depend on. So they know what to choose from within a category of products with key options. It's really easy to do, and there's a service commitment that goes along with it. And there's one thing we learned during the past kind of few years. When you can service it, when you make it easy, and you have a service commitment, and it's kind of core dependable solutions from mainstream categories, customers vote with their wallet. And that's what we're laying out with Design Select.
That makes sense. And yeah, it's a multi-brand approach for kind of some of your more popular specification brands. And right, if there's 3,000 ways to build a certain Mark linear fixture, making the most popular 400 ways in a quick ship mentality is really a smart thing. And then adding those other values that you have does make that Design Select an inspiring program. So congratulations on that. And sixth question, so I hope you don't penalize me for going over here, but recently read on Inside Lighting that you folks wrote a pretty large order in Philadelphia, the 2-year program to replace a bunch of streetlights there. The glass half empty part of me, Trevor, saw that there was 130,000 high pressure sodium lights in Philadelphia. And I'm thinking, why does Philadelphia, big city with prosperity, still have high pressure sodium? But then as I dug more into it and saw kind of what's happening now, so there's going to be, 100,000 some odd LED Cobra heads, your brand AEL, but also something called, and I think it's Auto Connect, which brings controls and sensors into it. So now, even though I was kind of disappointed in Philadelphia, now they're going to kind of leapfrog all the other cities that were early adopters and have some advanced control. So long preamble to my 2 questions, Trevor, 2 questions. Number one is that normal with this Auto Connect, the controls now, is that happening most of the time, some of the time, or all the time with controls being part of the streetlights? And then the second question is, how's that bonus plan looking for your Northeast Regional for Hall of Fame?
You have to always throw in the second question. So, look, we're honored to be selected by the city of Philadelphia. Honored to work with them. Their partner that has put together this program with them, Amoresco, a very good customer of ours, and we're particularly excited about launching kind of this Auto Connect product during the last year and having it adopted so quickly. So, what I would say is Auto Connect is premium luminaire that features all sorts of options and connectivity so that customers can make best choices today when they first install, and also into the future. So, if they want to add sensors, if they want to add controls interfaces, if they want to go from a really local control of and just managing an asset, its location, to a fully networked lighting and lighting control smart city system, they can make those choices with Auto Connect. And the team has worked tirelessly over the past kind of couple of years to really reinvent a product category and give optionality to customers. And we're really proud of the team that's delivering this, to the city of Philadelphia, then customer Amoresco and Acuity. And we're really pleased with the result, and it's an honor to be chosen.
Well, that's great. Congratulations. Yeah, I was hitting the local news stations, and it's gotten a lot of press for I guess an overdue project that Philadelphia has been needing to do. And it's awesome that you folks are a major part of that. So congratulations on that. And Trevor, I have 100 other questions I'd want to ask you, but I know you got to get back to the team, and really appreciate you sharing your insights and thoughts on the markets, on your company, and where some of the uniqueness of those solutions are. So thank you for joining us, Trevor, for 5 big questions.
You're very welcome. Always fun to do, and always fun to speak with who was an old neighbor. So it's great to spend time with y'all.
That's right. So yes, your house is in the old neighborhood where I used to live, and your house is much nicer than my old house, for the record. But it was still a great place to be. So say hi to the folks for me back home, and we'll see you next time, Trevor. Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Thank you.
Hey there, we really enjoyed that discussion. We hope that you did as well. Be sure to click that big LED logo next to me, and what that'll do is subscribe you to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the next 5 Big Questions interview. And YouTube subscribers always receive an early preview to the next interview before we even post it on the Inside Lighting website. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.